Good morning and welcome to Football Guys Sunday Morning Live. I'm your host, Joey Wright, joined as always by just the two greatest co-hosts all this season, Jeff Bell and Jagger May. Guys, are we excited for Week 18?
I'm excited to have no ulterior motives and I can watch
Mhm.
football without sadness. I even don't even want to make prop bets because watching the college football championship playoffs was reminding me how fun football is when I don't have my family's food on the line. So
Jeff, we're on the hot
I
seat,
am
you and I. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I am a cluster. I am a bundle of nerves this week. And to be honest with you, I feel entirely too good. Obviously, I'm wearing my Bills stuff. Anybody that's followed the show can see in the background, I am a Bills fan. The Bills have a very large game this evening against our good friend Alfredo Brown's Dolphins, and the winner wins the 2 seed. And I'm nervous, but I do feel good. I was hoping that the Ravens could knock off the Steelers last week, and that would make today a whole lot less stressful. But here we are, and maybe the Titans will make my day, and that way I can rest easy tonight. But yeah, it's a lot coming down tonight.
Yeah, Bucks have to beat the Panthers to make it in. And if they don't, I don't think there's any other way the Bucks can really. I mean, there's scenarios, but nobody's tying today. So
If they lose to the Panthers, Joey, they probably were not going to win the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah, I'm just one of the names we'll go through here, Baker Mayfield. He's a little questionable today, so but you'd expect him to be out there. Basically
Revenge
their
game.
season on the line. So
Contract incentive game.
This is true. This is true. Well, guys, let's hop into the inactives and actives. Now, this is a crazy week. If you've ever needed a reason to our viewers out there to push your fantasy championship to week 17, this right here is going to be the reason why. Expect it out today. I'm going to read a lot of names. Alvin Kamara, Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, Joe Flacco, James Williams, Hunter Henry, Darnell Mooney, A.J. Dillon, Josh Jacobs, Michael Mayer, Rashee Rice, Kadarius Toney, Keenan Allen, Devonta Smith, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, just everyone's out. And, teams are resting players because they're going to make playoff pushes. Not many of these are very injury related. I think outside of Keenan Allen was the only true injury related inactive today. So if you've got any of these guys in your lineups, please take them out. Not expected to play. Even more fun names: T. Higgins, Isaiah Pacheco, Patrick Mahomes, DeAndre Swift, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, basically the entire Rams team, Kyron Williams, Raheem Mostert, and Jalen Waddle. So there's some good news for Jeff there. Both those Dolphins are not expected to play today, but Devon Achane and Tyreek Hill should be out there last I saw. And looking at questionable players, and these are Trey Palmer, Devontae Palmer, Parker. Taylor Heineke is going to test it out pregame, but it does sound like he's going to be out there. Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, Luke Musgrave, Christian Watson, and Jaden Reed. Basically, the Green Bay Packers don't know what they're going to do today. And expected to play today: Trevor Lawrence, Baker Mayfield, Cole Kmet, Khalil Herbert, and Juwan Johnson. So Cole Kmet and Khalil Herbert look like play spoilers to keep the Packers out of the playoffs. Guys, I went through a bunch of names there. Just kind of looking at Trevor Lawrence and Baker Mayfield, they kind of do have a lot on the line today. If you are out there in a championship this week, how do you feel about starting Trevor Lawrence or Baker Mayfield, Jagger?
I mean, considering how many people are out, I feel as good as anybody. Who are you going to throw out there? Trevor Lawrence is legit, probably a top 10 QB, despite all of what's happened this week, for the sole fact that he's going to be out there. So I know that's an incredibly boring answer, but that's just what we got to roll with, guys. So it's is Baker Mayfield a top 5 quarterback this week?
He might be. I feel like it's Rachaad White week. I think he's just going to run that ball. Yeah. He's my number one running back this week. If you've got Rachaad White on your team, I think you've got the number one running back. And all right. If you're watching us here on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave lots of comments. We're here today basically until you guys don't give us any more questions. So we're normally here for an hour, but with week 18, not as many people in there. We're probably going to pop out after about half an hour. Just to let you guys know as well, Football Guys and Fantasy Cares are partnering in a charity campaign to close out the season. Say thank you to all the NFL players that brought you entertainment and joy throughout the football season. You can also say thank you to us by making a donation over to Fantasy Cares. Football Guys will be matching all donations to this campaign up to $10,000. And last I heard, we were right at about $7,000. So to make your thank you donation go even further, choose from a variety of players, their associated charity, and make a donation today. Donate today and help us send a thank you from the fantasy community to the NFL players around the country. And all donations are 100% tax deductible. And Fantasy Cares is an accredited 501c3 nonprofit agency. Guys, I've talked way too much today already. Let's get into the questions. And we
I do
have
want to
some.
take a moment.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to expand on that charity aspect because so a lot of the talk around week 18 is players that have contract incentives going on. If a player won you your fantasy championship, like say you have CD Lamb last week and he gave you 40 points, that's a great program where you can go and you can donate to CD Lamb's main charity and Football Guys will double that up. And so what I would love to see is as we get some, I know Austin Eckler is involved, but as we get some players on the peripheral of fantasy football, if instead of the contract incentive driving the conversation, the opportunity for your charity to gain money would be a fun, I think, aspect onto maybe these performance incentives at the end of the year.
I love that, Jeff. Thanks for throwing that in there. That beats the ad read I just put together before the show. That had the heart. I need to get with you next year and have a little more heart in my ad reads, I think. Let's hop into that first question. Born here with us. Good morning, guys. Happy New Year. Start flex 2. Zeke, Pollard, Khalil Herbert, David Montgomery, Pacheco, and Calvin Ridley. Jagger.
David Montgomery, and Zeke. I think that I don't like Khalil Herbert. Just because the Chicago backfield's a mess. Pollard, I don't know how long they'll probably play Pollard out there. I mean, he hasn't been particularly great for anybody considering the price, but I know Bill Belichick is going to at least dump it off to Zeke probably 10 times. And David Montgomery is the RB2 now at this point. So he might get a little bit more burn than Jahmyr Gibbs. So
I'm staunchly a believer. Well, I was gonna say I'm staunchly a believer that you don't sit guys because you're worried they're gonna score too many points, and so I like Pollard for that reason. And that kind of my overarching view of this week. Teams that have things to play for default to those for sure, especially playoff teams that might want to pull away and pour it on quickly. And I think Pollard falls under that.
Do they have the Cowboys have playoff implications? Like, are they fighting for like a 2 seed?
They can lock down the number 2 seed. Yes, if they lose, then the Eagles can get the 2 seed.
I did not know that, so I'm in agreement with Jeff there. So.
And Washington's quitting. Like Washington's laying down, setting guys. So.
And he's thanking us for doing week 18 for all those of the home leagues. Yeah, we're here for you today.
Love the throwback Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is that Iron Man? Is that how that's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Thought it was. Good morning, fellas. Down 70 after Nico went off last night. Oh, I'm sorry. Going to need a miracle. Full PPR, pick 3. Gibbs, Hall, Zamir White, or Zeke. So, Jagger, I'm going to come to you. Which one of those players are you sitting?
I'd sit White, I guess. Like there, he's the only one that I feel like doesn't really matter. Like nothing matters for the Raiders. They're in the same point of like the Commanders, to be honest. So
perfect. All right, and then okay. Fred's in here with us. Pick 2 to start. Joey, Jagger, or Jeff. I'll hang up and listen. I'm gonna answer this question. I would sit me. I would start Jagger and I would start Jeff every week and put me on the bench.
I think all 3 of us would sit ourselves, which is why we make a good team. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. When Jeff leaves at the half point, I'll tell you who I'd really sit. All right. And
I'm not going to be watching.
Scott in here with a beautiful photo of a golden retriever there. Standard League playing for 3rd today. Oh, you know what? Thanks for setting a lineup in that 3rd place game. Just stay off the waiver wire. AJ Brown, Jacoby Myers, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Greg Dortch. Pick 2, Jeff.
AJ Brown, and I would probably pick up Christian Kirk here to play him. I mean, there's incentives, assuming he's going to be active. I certainly would rather have Kirk on my roster than I think like a Greg Dortch, assuming there's no, even if there is keeper implications, but definitely AJ Brown for sure. And then if Kirk's active, I would play them. The Titans, you attack them through the air traditionally. And so the Jaguars should attack through the air.
I have a fantasy league question. let's say there are not fantasy like draft pick implications and there's no money implications. Is it collusion to go to the two managers and be like, hey, I want to pick up Christian Kirk. Do you guys mind? Is that collusion?
Yes.
Okay.
You just do it, man. If you're
Yeah.
playing for the pride of a third place game, then
Yeah.
make moves. And I think that comes down to the commissioner. If you don't want moves done there, then make a rule where somebody can't make moves when they're eliminated, which is, I think, is a good rule to have. But if you're playing for the pride of third place and that podium finish and whatever, I know some websites can put you on the listing that you finished third. So if waivers are open, go do it.
Perfect. Tammy in here with us. Good morning, Tammy. Achan or Tyreek Jagger? Which one?
Tyreek.
Okay. And it's half PPR. Would that change anything for you?
No.
Okay. Trevor's in here this morning. Good morning, Trevor. I have Brees, Bijan, and Gibbs. Feels sketchy since none have anything to play for. Any thoughts, Jeff?
The Falcons do have a path to the. Are they eliminated, or I thought they did have?
If the Bucks lose and they beat the Saints, they make it in.
Okay,
They win the
so
division.
the Falcons do have, and the Detroit's kind of iffy because they do have a little bit to play for. They're playing early before Philadelphia and Dallas, and so if they win, they can still get the 2 seed in the NFC. And it does seem like Dan Campbell is playing their guys, and so that's fine. The Jets, obviously, they got eliminated last week, but they haven't been playing for anything for a little while, realistically. So I wouldn't feel that bad.
Yeah. It's like, to me, it's like with everything Jeff's saying, that the NFC, it's going to be wild simply because everyone's playing for that 2 seed, and did they get a bye week as well, right, for 2 seed and
no,
home?
it's the 1 seed now. Yeah, I wonder where Detroit ends up today. I'd like to see them get home field throughout until they have to possibly go to San Francisco.
That's the key. Yeah. Home field throughout the first 2 rounds. And really, that's what Miami and Buffalo are playing for tonight. Home field throughout the first 2 rounds. And then obviously drawing the 7 seed is a lot different than drawing like the 4 seed. So
there's a very real chance we get Miami Buffalo tonight and Miami Buffalo next week. Is that correct, Jeff? Is that possible?
No, I don't think there's any scenario that would happen. No, I think it's Buffalo would get so Miami wins, they're the 2 seed. Whoever wins tonight's the 2 seed. Then whoever Miami loses, they're the 6 seed. If the Jaguars lose and the Bills lose, I think the Bills could be the 6 seed, but they would be going to Kansas City. So but these 2 teams should be potentially on a collision course to play week 2 of the playoffs, maybe.
Give me Bills Chiefs. Well, I know you wouldn't want that, Jeff, but boy, what a game.
Well, let's settle for the Dolphins Chiefs wild card. Let's give us Mason Rudolph in round 1, and we can have a good time in Vegas next week for the retreat.
There you go. All right, Lewis Butler in here this morning. Good morning, Lewis. PPR, Kincaid or Everett, Jeff?
Kincaid or Everett. I would default to Kincaid here again. Just things more incentive to play for. I know Everett's had a nice safe floor the last couple of weeks, and the Chargers have been out of it a little bit. But there's certainly, we did see a little bit more from Dalton Kincaid last week to give you a little bit more hope.
I thought you said Donkey Cade. I was like, that sounds like a fun game. And yes, Kamara is out this week. We got that news right before the show actually went on. I had to update a graphic. It was quite fun. Alfredo reminding us to. Oh, I called him Alfredo. Dang it! Can we run it back, guys? Fred reminding us to smash that like button. Darn it, man! You can't edit this out in post, Jagger. Like,
I mean,
forever.
I won't. Yeah. I won't. But
okay, you could, but you won't. Yeah. Just smash that like button for Fred. I read the comment before I put it up. JB's grandma in here. Good morning. My sweeties, Mama's back to work tomorrow, so we're margariting away our troubles today. Well, you enjoy that. Don't get behind a wheel, and you just have a great day. And yes, Alfredo telling Jagger that is a sweet jacket, and I have to agree. It's got the Black Eye Joe on there. I've got the sweatpants, which I'm not allowed to show on camera. Because
I ordered my new stuff like last weekend or the weekend before, and I got a notice that said it would be delivered July 1st. And I was like, okay.
That's odd.
Yeah, I thought it was strange.
And Fred saying, yours is stupid, Jeff. That's not nice, Fred.
No. Miami
is it not?
versus Bills.
So,
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Stephen Cohen here this morning. Hey guys, need 2 running backs out of Bijan, Khalil Herbert, Javonte Williams, Ty Chandler, Jamal Williams, Elijah Mitchell, and Pierre Strong. That's an interesting name there at the end, Jeff. Are you going to put Pierre Strong in over any of these guys, or is it we've kind of thrown the love to Bijan and Herbert earlier? Pick 2.
I'm playing Bijan, and I kind of like Jamal Williams here. Maybe Tyson Chandler or Ty Chandler. That would be where I go. Pierre Strong's an interesting one, but unless you're in deep leagues, that I think he's more fun to play maybe for playing props. I'll put it that way.
I had that banner going the whole time, didn't I? Oh, Joey. All right.
It's week 18.
Lewis, we're having fun.
Duct tape and bubble gum right
now. Lewis Butler in here. PPR. Jamison Williams. Oh, he will be out today, but that's probably Jamal Williams. Khalil Herbert or Jordan Mason. And he knows he asked some of these on the Discord. Hey, thanks for being on our Discord. I'll be there today at noon to answer any questions you guys have, start or sit. Or if you have a movie question, like I'm going to be there. I'm contractually obligated to be there. I'm going to be there for an hour. So please come ask me questions. Don't let me just search the internet. That's just boring for everybody. PPR. Jamal Williams, Herbert, Mason, Jagger.
I think I'm going to go with Herbert. It's hard for Herbert. I at least know has a role, even though it's frustrating. Jamal Williams, I haven't seen it all year. And then with Jordan Mason, is Elijah Mitchell healthy? I don't know what that's going to look like. That split's going to look like. So I'm going to go with the devil I know. I know that's a boring answer.
I didn't see Debo and Brandon Ayuk's names on that they were out today. Or I would assume San Francisco was sitting them as well, aren't they?
They're sitting everybody, yeah.
Okay. Oh, Devin's in here with us. He's our DFS aficionado here at Football Guys. He's saying, "What's going on, everyone?" Well, Devin, we're here on a Week 18 show, having a good time. That's what's going on with us. And I just answered that question, or I didn't. You guys said Jack's in here with us today. Jack, great to see you this week, this morning, and this whole season. Good morning, guys. Need your help to win it all. We're going to help you. Pick a team defense. New England versus the Jets. Tampa Bay versus Carolina, or Cincinnati versus Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland's resting players, and he's got Driscoll starting after only being with the team for 1 week. Jagger.
It's New England versus the Jets. To me, this is kind of a no-brainer. Bill Belichick can still coach defense, and the Jets are still the Jets. So
I agree with you on that. Normally, I would say Tampa Bay, but they'll find a way to mess it up today. Bob's in here this morning. Good morning, Bob. Beautiful dog there. Is that a border collie? Probably. Garrett Wilson or Ty Chandler in full PPR. Jeff, pick one of those.
Ty Chandler here.
Yeah.
Wilson's got upside, but I think that could get pretty ugly. And I do think that New England's a little bit more motivated. It's going to be Bill Belichick's last game. That's the way that everything sounds. And I'm sure that Bill Belichick would love to send him out with losing that chance at the number 2 pick.
Randy Holland here. Am I nuts for benching Eckler?
Yeah, I hate it here. I was saying I hate it here that we're going to lose. We're not going to get the second pick because Bill Belichick, has feelings. So
am I nuts for benching Eckler?
No.
Is Randy nuts, Jagger?
No, I don't think so. Maybe over Jordan Mason, but I think I would play Kirk over him if he's out there too. It's not nuts that to bench Eckler. It hasn't been nuts since week 5. I feel like
I would play Eckler over Jordan Mason. I think that the Chargers haven't been playing for much over the last couple weeks, and they've still been playing hard. And I think they want to end it strong. And you just don't know how that San Francisco backfield's going to break down.
Perfect. JB's grandma, I want to just say thank you for being here this morning. I'm not going to put that up.
Yeah,
Jordan Mason or Austin Eckler. Not on board again. Never going to happen again. It'll happen for sure next season. Possibly by the end of the show, I'll put something up I shouldn't. Jagger, Jordan Mason or Austin Eckler today?
Again, like I said, to me, this is like a flip of the coin. Jordan Mason has upside. Let's go like what Jeff said. Eckler at least has a floor. Let's go for floor. By
We need to
upside, I mean Jordan.
Next year when we do this, we need to figure out some sort of I don't know if show bets is the right way to say it, but when we're split on players, we need to have something going on with that. So
Oh no, we'll keep a tally. It'll be like a thing. That's Jeff.
Yeah.
That's a great idea for next season to make the show even better. I just hope they don't replace the host. That's what I'm hoping.
They won't. I'll riot.
Oh, thanks, Jagger. Guess we have to keep you now. All right. Carr or Tua, Jeff?
Probably you want to go with Tua. I mean, dance with the one that got you there, but I like David or Derek Carr's numbers more than what he's probably been doing. So
perfect. And Jody and Travis Moxley. Oh, you know what? I love that. Is that a couple sharing like a account? Probably share a fantasy team. Oh, that's lovely. Start Hubbard against Carolina or White versus the Raiders. Oh wait, no. Hubbard's on Carolina and White's on the Raiders. I got it. Who you starting, Jagger?
Probably White because, like, granted, they're not playing for anything, but Antonio Pierce is coaching for a job, so like it's important for him to look good.
Does he keep that job next year?
I feel like he deserves it. Like, it could be a mistake because it's the Raiders, so
players seem to love him. So
yeah.
Excuse me. Hugo's in here. Good morning, guys. Pick one in a flex. Spears, Mason, or Ty Chandler. Jeff, are you back on Chandler Island?
Yeah, and I expect more out of the Vikings. I mean, I think going into last week, this would have been a no-brainer. Everybody would be on Ty Chandler. He had a sad game last week against the Packers, but I think they figured out that Scott Mullins gives them the best chance of moving the ball, and I think that they're going to go that direction. I think their offense has looked much more confident when he's been in at quarterback.
All right, Krishna's in here this morning. Morning, Krishna. Pick 3 out of Mixon, Gibbs, Achane, and Zamir White, Jagger. So you got to sit one of those guys.
You need to shout it because it's all caps. But if we're going to do that, I'm going to sit. I think Mixon, to be honest, because what's the real difference between Mixon and Zamir White with points here lately? Like, I guess Mixon is prone to go crazy, but they're clearly sitting players and calling it a wash since like T Higgins isn't going to play. It's like, is Jamar Chase even going to go out there?
Is Chase? I did not see him inactive, but the way that inactives have been rolling in the last 2 days, it's very well that he could not be active today.
Yeah,
I know T Higgins is doubtful, so I don't know who they're going to throw the ball to.
I would sit Mixon.
Is Irwin still there in Cincinnati? Trenton Irwin?
Yeah.
Still there, right?
Yeah.
I'll probably throw the ball to him a little bit. Doug Fenton, please set my lineup in 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, a tight end, and a flex in full PPR. So let's get the running backs out of the way. Aaron Jones, Mason, Mitchell, Jamal Williams, and Pierre Strong. Jeff, pick 2 of those running backs.
That could be Javonte too.
It could.
I like Aaron Jones and whatever Williams you're putting there. I would take him as my second running back.
It's funny that Williams we default to in our brains. Everyone's got a different one. A different Jay Williams. Jagger, pick the wide receiver
ordering. Makes it like the way that it's ordered out makes me go different directions. So
Lamb, Slayton, Dortch, Atwell, Kirk.
I think I'm going to go Lamb. I'm going to start Ingram. I'm skipping head to tight end just because that's an easy one. We're going to start Ingram. And then how many tight ends or how many wide receivers? 2. Lamb, and then I would. To be honest, I really like Kirk if he plays. I hope he comes back. And again, the Jaguars are playing to stay alive, so he would be 1. Then for the flex option, Joey, you get to pick the flex.
You know what? I'm gonna have some fun with the flex. Carson Wentz to Tutu Atwell. It could happen because there's no one else on the field today for the Rams. Tutu Atwell or Demarcus Robinson are the wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2. Atwell's had a decent season when he's been given looks, so I would actually kind of put Atwell in the flex. Love the Ingram call, though. Definitely Ingram. Oh, Devin's got a good question for us. Where does Jim Harbaugh coach next year? He's apparently already hired someone to go out there and put the feelers out for him. Jeff, you're plugged in. So is Jagger. Let me hear from you both. Where's he coaching next year?
I've been calling Chargers since September. I think he's got,
Okay.
he was with Stanford. He was with San Diego State. And to start his coaching career, he was with the 49ers. He's been in California before. He was a Chargers quarterback. So I think that kind of makes a lot of sense. It sounds like, and to add another one out there, I think Bill Belichick is going to the Commanders. So.
Ooh, okay. I like the Harbaugh to the Chargers. They've got a quarterback there. That seems like the best situation. Jagger, any other destinations you see in Jim Harbaugh's future?
No, that's about it. Like before the Bears were good again, I was going to say the Bears, but I think Flus is going to stay there. I think honestly, like just for a wild card, I think he'd be a great coach for the Falcons because they're already kind of put together. They just need that quarterback, and then they have a pretty competitive team. So not a lot of people talk about how good of a coaching destination the Falcons would be.
I saw something last night. I forget who it was from, but they were talking about Belichick being a Falcons option because Arthur Blank is desperate and has some money, and it could be the situation where Blank thinks that they are a contender right now, despite not having a quarterback. So Belichick could be a target there too.
Who's going to be the quarterback if Belichick's the coach of the Falcons? I'm not going to start that.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk
Yeah,
Cousins.
it's like Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins. Like you can't. He's not going to draft anybody. Let's put it that way. He's going to bring in a vet at that point.
It's not going to pick up his phone for a reunion of any sort. I don't want to start that.
No,
rumor,
don't. Let's
someone's
not.
Start
not
it.
again.
I'm just saying it. Someone's going to say it, Jagger. Maybe I'm the first one to say it. I don't know. And Scott reminding us, third pays. Waiver wire is fair game. Absolutely. If there's a reason to play for that third place game, you hit that waiver wire. But if there's not, don't. Just be a good person. Andy. Good morning, Andy. I have a Moen faucet. Are you of Moen faucets? If you are, you have nice faucets. Down to my last hope for the championship. Greg Dortch or Darius Slayton. I know it's ugly. Jagger, how ugly is it?
I mean, without being disrespectful, let's put it this way: it's Steve Buscemi smile ugly. So I'm gonna roll with Darius Slayton. I think a little bit.
And Jeff, I'm not gonna.
I do think there's a.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I think there's a scenario in that window where the Giants are playing their guys. It sounds like the Commanders are being a little bit more cautious around there. There's a chance where Dallas starts to really pull away, and Philadelphia says, we're just not going to catch up here, and we just sit guys for the fourth quarter or for a decent portion of that second half. So I think that scenario is out there.
Perfect. Jeff, I'm not going to let you leave before we bring in our favorite. Is he our favorite? It's my favorite. I don't know which or she. Waffles, ahoy. I appreciate all your help this year. We appreciate you being here every single week. I'm pretty sure I'll go back and check the tape. But Waffles, I feel like you were here for all 18 shows. And not even I was here for 18 shows. I got food poisoning in Baltimore. Probably was at week 4. I missed the show. And I don't even know who filled in from. Was it Alfredo? Oh, God. I'm sorry, guys.
It was Dave
Jeff
for like an hour. Yeah, it was like Dave and.
Was it Dave?
Yeah, that was the episode where Jeff cut the stream after he dipped out. So.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I was laying in a hotel room watching the new Indiana Jones, like barfing. It was bad. Jagger, but you were there. You've been here for all 18 weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, and he was actually barfing because the Indiana Jones movie was kind of bad. It wasn't even the food poisoning.
the rumor, I was there for a friend of football guys, J.L. Garofalo. I was there for his wedding. And the night before, I went to pick up some breakfast foods, and I picked up some of those like pre-made hard-boiled eggs, and that's what they're blaming on the food poisoning. But I've never had a bad gas station hard-boiled egg, so I don't want to blame the eggs. Jeff, thank you so much for everything this season. We had a blast. Jagger, do you have any parting words for Jeff before we never see him until next year?
Before I never see him until next week. Jeff, it's been a pleasure not only just hosting with you, but learning from you. You genuinely made me step up my game. I didn't bring it this week, but next year I'll be ready.
You're good. You're good. Thank you guys. I appreciate everything. It's
right.
been a blast. All you listeners and subscribers out there and everything. It's just been being part of the Football Guys family has meant a lot to me the last couple of years. And I absolutely love this company. I love all the people that work with it, and it really means a lot. And thank you so much. You, the listeners, you, the readers out there, are the people that make it because of that. And you're a great community, and I am honored to be a part of that community. Thank you all again. See you guys.
Thank you, Jeff. We'll see you. We'll see you next season.
We'd 100% cut Jeff. So
I'm so I can't wait to that meeting in Vegas. Like, bell out the door. Oh, I love how heartfelt we're getting on the show. Adam, good morning. How are you doing today, buddy? Let me put the banner up so everybody knows who you are.
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Well, we're off the rails today, as you would probably expect. It's week 18. What else would you expect, right?
Yeah, I mean, week 18 playing fantasy football is always a little bit of a wacky week.
All right. Well, let's pull some of the actives and inactives out. How was your week 17, Adam?
I had a pretty successful week 17. Every championship we made it to, we won. So it was an unprecedented year this year. Yeah, it was a good year for me, but that usually doesn't work out that way.
Is that why you have an empty shelf behind you? Is that where all your trophies are going to go? On the empty
yes,
shelf?
Sir. We're loading it up next year.
Up?
Make sure you guys tune in next year because I'll have a lot more hardware.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. See how he's so confident he's going to be back next year, Jagger. Jeff,
I wish he was going to.
Saw how we treated him.
Yeah, I wish he was going to Vegas because I'm like, man, drinks are on Adam, Mr. Moneybags over here. He's got them heavy pockets.
When you guys are going to be in Vegas, I am going to be learning about blood flow restriction. So I know that doesn't necessarily mean a lot to you guys, but that's a nice little treatment intervention I'm going to be able to implement, something the pros are using. So I'm going to be nerding out when you guys are having fun.
That's awesome. That'll be good for next season. So, but I'm not going to say it. All right. We're going to be having fun with our blood flow too, I feel. Sorry, Joe. And let's look at the players that are out today. Alvin Kamara, Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, Joe Flacco, Jameson Williams, Hunter Henry, Darnell Mooney, AJ Dillon, Josh Jacobs, Michael Mayer, Rashee Rice, Kadarius Toney, Keenan Allen, I think it's the only, and Devonta Smith are the only two injury reasons, and Christian McCaffrey. But Adam, any of these names in here, I know a lot of them are getting benched because of just playoff implications. Teams that already got their seeding, they're just going to rest their players for a week. Are there any players that I listed here that maybe have some long-term injury risk that might head into next season?
No. I mean, the Alvin Kamara one is definitely injury related. His mechanism from last week fit that of a high ankle sprain. I mean, we've seen a lot of high ankle sprains this season that have definitely limited running backs. There's nothing I have in terms of data that supports that kind of carrying over one season to the other. Obviously in season, it can have an impact. You look at the struggles that Austin Eckler has had, hard to attribute it to maybe one thing, but you would think the high ankle sprain definitely played into that a little bit for his disappointing 2023.
Thank you. And then not expected to be out there today, T. Higgins, Isaiah Pacheco, Patrick Mahomes, DeAndre Swift, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, Kyren Williams, Raheem Mostert, and Jalen Waddle. Now, the Mostert and Jalen Waddle are kind of a little more concerning. Like, I know a lot of people will be playing in some playoff leagues starting next week. Are you expecting Mostert and Waddle to be all systems go for the playoffs, or could these injuries linger a little bit?
Definitely Waddle, because he's another one that's dealing with a high ankle sprain. And obviously there's varying degrees of that. Tyreek Hill had a similar injury. He missed 1 week, but he really hasn't looked the same since he's come back from that injury. There's not a whole lot of specifics on Raheem Mostert's kind of injuries. We've just gotten he's dealing with an ankle and a knee injury. Obviously, Mostert has had knee issues in the past that have kind of chronically plagued him. I kind of wonder for Miami if this is more of a situation with Mostert of, he's borderline we've already clinched a playoff berth. Yeah, we're playing for the AFC East, but does that really move the needle where we need Raheem Mostert this week? So in terms of a confidence scale for next week, I feel more confident about Raheem Mostert, less confident about Jalen Waddle.
Perfect. Questionable players today: Trey Palmer, Devontae Parker, Taylor Heineke. I know he's testing it out pregame. We'll see what happens from there. Zay Jones, Christian Kirk was activated from the IR, so he is possibly out there this week. Luke Musgraves, Christian Watson, and Jaden Reed are all questionable, and we should be getting some inactives in probably about 10 minutes. So we might get some answers on those Green Bay Packers wide receivers in just a few. That expected to be out there this week: Trevor Lawrence, Baker Mayfield, Cole Kmet, Khalil Herbert, and Jawan Johnson. You guys ready to hop back into the questions?
Let's get it.
All right. I bookmarked the last one, and I lost it.
It was a waffles one.
Yeah, that's how I figure. I'll be able to go right back to it, but nope. Trusted the
that's the one.
process. Oh,
I
is
got
that the
you.
one?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Garrett Wilson in the snow against the Patriots, or Ty Chandler versus Detroit? Jagger.
I'm going to take Ty Chandler. We kind of answered this already, but it's Garrett Wilson at the Patriots in the snow. And Garrett Wilson, incredible player, probably a top 5 talent. But unfortunately, his defect is he's a Jet. So
What if he was an actual Jet? That'd be pretty cool.
it'd be
Adam,
excellent.
if he was an actual Jet, would you think about starting him?
I would think about it, but I would probably stick with Jagger and say he's a Jet, so we got to bench him.
Yep.
There you go. All right, Steven. Hey, guys, need 2 running backs out of Bijan, Khalil Herbert, Javonte Williams, Chandler, Jamal Williams, and Elijah Mitchell, and Pierre Strong. And we already answered this question.
Yeah.
Jack, thanks for all your help this year. Please advise full PPR, Swift or Mixon. Adam, pick one.
I haven't been the best at like tracking. Did the Eagles have anything to play for today? It's for the NFC East, right?
Yeah. The NFC
Yeah.
East, the 2 seed's pretty open, so they got stuff to play for.
I think I would lean with DeAndre Swift then. The Bengals are already eliminated from playoff contention. You know, Mixon might get some run, but you could see them playing a healthy dose of Chase Brown if they're just kind of seeing what they have for next season. So I'm in this situation, I tend to lean for teams that have something to play for. So I would go with DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, that's been a big theme of the show. They've got something to play for this week. You might want to give the edge to them. Lewis is thanking us for being here on the live stream this morning. You're very welcome, Lewis. We'll also be in the Discord. If anyone has any questions, I'll throw the link in the chat. Pop in the Discord. I'll be there from noon until 1. Jonathan Cooper, Demarcus Robinson, Josh Palmer, Greg Dortch, or JSN. Pick one in non-PPR, Jagger.
Demarcus Robinson, because they have so many injuries out there. Or not injuries, they're just not playing people. So and he's been performing even when Cooper Kupp's been out there. So call me a DeMarcus Robinson believer, because it could be too little too late, and I should have believed in him last week for a couple of teams of mine. So
Did not choosing him cost you a championship?
it cost me 1, and it only bothers me when I sleep at night, but it's fine.
I played him in a championship game last week and got beat by 70 points. So, sometimes it's not just him. It was really bad. It was my lone beatdown of last weekend. Everything else was pretty close. And Ron in here with a dog. If you put a dog in your picture, I'll put you up. Who are we getting? Oh, who is getting the rock today? Elijah or Mason? And this is a DFS question for FanDuel. Adam, who's getting the rock today?
I think it's got to be Elijah Mitchell. I mean, it's been pretty obvious that when Christian McCaffrey is getting rest in game and they're doing, some running back rotation, Elijah Mitchell has been the next man up. So I'd be going with Elijah Mitchell this week.
And Brian's in here with us, and he's got Tyreek Hill, so that's already set aside. So he needs one more wide receiver. Is it going to be Puka Nacua, looking for that, rookie record? Garrett Wilson, Demarcus Robinson, or Jacoby Myers, or JSN, or Jaden Reed? Jagger, which
it's got to be
wide receiver?
It's Puka. I was just peeking at the coach index as well, and like Sean McVay is pretty honest about usage. He's like got a 75% accuracy, and he basically said they want the boy to make history, so they're going to feed him a little bit. He only needs like 4 receptions and like 50 yards to break records, so he's going to be out there.
Perfect. And I apologize. Earlier in the show, I said that Demarcus Robinson and Tutu Atwell will be the wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2. That will be once Puka gets the record. Then those players will move into those 2 roles. But until then, it's probably going to be the Puka show. And Abel Thompson in here with us. Good morning, Abel. James Mason, James Mason's is an actor from the from like the 1950s. Fantastic actor. North by Northwest. Everybody should watch that movie. It's really good. Or James Cook. So Mason or Cook, Jagger?
James Cook. It's like we said, the Bills are playing for it. And I'm sorry, I was thinking about North by Northwest. Isn't that a John Wayne movie?
No, it's Cary Grant and then James Mason. And every James Mason impression you've ever heard, like John Hamm does a really good James Mason, it's from North by Northwest. That's the impression.
Noted.
It's a great movie.
Sorry to derail it.
It's kind of unreeling the show a little bit. I don't know. Adam, and then Jared Goff, Tyrod Taylor, or Carson Wentz in the championship game.
I mean, you got to be pretty brave to put Carson Wentz into your QB slot for the championship game. I would go with Jared Goff.
Without a question.
I'm told I'm supposed to be nice about Carson Wentz, so I'm not going to say what I think. And it's a pretty sweet jacket. I'm assuming he's talking to Jagger. Yeah, look at that football guy's denim jacket.
You guys can get this from our store.
Can they? I think they
yes,
can now.
They can.
I think we put that live. Ooh, get it. It'll keep you warm this winter. 2 quarterbacks, Superflex, Lamar and Stafford out. Ooh, here's the starting quarterbacks he has to choose from. O'Connell, Wentz, Stidham, Darnold, or Gabbert. All options are not ideal. Adam, pick 2 of those guys. Oh.
I think I would go with Stidham, and I think even though we haven't seen a lot of them, like I'm just going to believe in the system. I'm going to believe in the offense. I think I would put Sam Darnold in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
My head was that. Yeah.
Yes. Like, that's what I was like. It's Darnold season, baby. And by Darnold season, I mean this 1 week where hardly anything matters. So
as long as he's not seeing ghosts out there, I think he'll be fine today. And then Bob's just saying yes. He's just saying yes to everything today. That's a good positive attitude to have. And Steven's got one more question for us. Worried about Laporta playing the whole game. Should he pivot to Tucker Kraft or Jawan Johnson? Adam, what are your thoughts there?
I mean, that's tough because obviously, like, Sam Laporta's the dude. Like, he's the tight end that you would want this season. If you're really worried, like, I don't mind pivoting to Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft's been, like, really good in Green Bay. Yeah. I think I would follow that closely in the sense of if Christian Watson is out, there's more targets for that. I expect Jaden Reed to play. The Packers are usually really late announcing who's going to be active and inactive. So right now I'm anticipating Jaden Reed to play. I'm leaning towards Christian Watson missing, but that might sway me in the other direction. If Christian Watson was active, I might not be so interested in Tucker Kraft.
Gotcha. Alfredo saying goodbye to me. Not sure why. Probably something
my
I
favorite
said.
rivalry. My favorite rivalry is Joey versus Alfredo. And I want a 30 for 30.
It would be like 15 minutes. It's not the. It would be over pretty quick.
It's a TikTok.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to add and put some funny stuff in there, Jagger, to make it look good when we put it up. And then Christian's saying that Mixon has a second incentive also. So it has Ridley as a flex option along with Gibbs, and the gut's telling me Mixon. So between Mixon, Ridley, and Gibbs, who are you going to start in a flex spot?
I guess the incentives matter. This is what I hate about this week is like I'm supposed to do so much research on stuff like contracts. I'm like, I don't know every contract incentive of every player, but I guess I think you need to put Gibbs out there, but if we're gonna go you got to put Ridley out there because the Jaguars don't just have incentives for players; they have incentives to make the playoffs.
All right. And Lewis, Hurts or Fields at quarterback? Adam, who's it going to be?
I think we're going to go with Justin Fields.
Yes.
This might be a legacy game for Justin Fields this week versus Green Bay. To determine if he's going to be the quarterback for next season. So give me all the Justin Fields this week.
If Justin Fields knocks the Packers out of the playoffs, he's won probably half of Chicago's fan base. Like just for the simple fact that they get to watch the Packers lose. So it's narrative street, baby.
Love it. Lewis. Oh, wait, I already put that up. Alfredo saying he loves the Football Guys family. We like you too. Whiskey Burrito in here this morning. Appreciate all that sweet advice and laughs. Captain Ron in there saying good morning to us. We always love seeing that. And Christian Kirk is inactive for week 18. Adam, fill us in. Is it a Zay Jones start today, or is this Evan Ingram all over the place?
It's probably Evan Ingram all over the place, but Zay Jones expected to play. Christian Kirk, it was kind of always a doubt that he was going to be able to come back from that groin injury, even though they activated him from IR. So Evan Ingram should be a store for a big game, but Zay Jones, sneaky play. He's been kind of boom or bust all season. This could be a boom week for him.
Yeah, and I'm seeing quite a few actives and inactives popping in the chat here. Also, T. Higgins is going to be inactive. Taylor Heineke is going to be inactive. So Desmond Ridder is going to be starting that Falcons game. That's good news for all Buccaneers fans today. And then, yes, I was talking about blood flow. I'm on blood pressure medication, believe it or not. 41 years old on blood pressure medication. And Kurt Wood saying not Detroit losing first round 10-6 seed. Okay. Khalil Herbert or Elijah Mitchell, Jagger?
Believe it or not, Mitchell, I think. Because, they're both going to be cannibalized by other players, but I at least want the guy who's in the better offense. So,
Dave from the Toronto area. He's celebrating up in Canada today. So, how you doing, buddy? Happy to see you celebrating. Sean Jackson, good morning. Hi, guys. Just wanted to say thanks to you and the entire Football Guys family for helping me with your 7th title. Whoa, way to go, Sean.
Ooh.
Big thumbs up there. 7 of them. Oh, you should
are
get a shove
welcome.
behind your head like Adam. Yeah.
Yep. And my
Thanks
Venmo is at Jag Pays. So send a tip.
Gage Rushing. Oh, there's the clubhouse leader for name of the day. Gage Rushing. Gibbs or Jamal Williams?
I'm not going to lie. I don't know if this is, but my niece just married a Gage Rushing. I don't know if that's you because you don't have a face, but if that is you, Gage, then I'm sorry I didn't make your wedding.
Kids. You better answer his question then. You better help him win.
It's Gibbs.
At least.
It's Gibbs.
Jeez.
Don't get married during football season. I don't know what to tell you.
What were you so busy for? I appreciate the commitment to the show, but you could have taken the day off, Jagger, to go to your cousin's wedding.
Good.
Come on.
I'm good. It's my niece. She'll be all right.
Oh, your niece? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Just even. Oh, boy. I knew who the non-favorite uncle is in the family now. Michael Vallada. All my leagues are over, but hope you guys are well. Smash the like. Yes, go ahead and smash that like button. And Toronto Dave, send us an emoji of a plane. Why did he send us an emoji of a plane, Adam?
I think that was for Garrett Wilson. Is he a Jet or not? He's confirming that Garrett Wilson is, in fact, a Jet. Still a Jet.
That's probably it, but I just like to think that he's on a plane celebrating. I don't know.
Or that.
And then Steven saying, sorry for the repost. Didn't know how you capture the questions. Well, if you want to peek behind the curtain, all the questions come up on this little side screen, and I just click on them. And most of the time, I don't read them, so I'll never know what's going to come up.
Yeah. You can Trojan horse Joey easily. So.
Very easily. Hey, guys, made it to the finals, and most of my normal players are sitting today. That's not nice to call your players non-normal, but okay. Need 2 wide receivers and flex and full PPR. Brandon Cooks, Demarcus Robinson, Jordan Palmer, Jaden Reed, Zach Charbonnet or Pierre Strong. Adam needs 2 wide receivers and a flex from that group. So
give me DeMarcus Robinson and Jaden Reed, and then my flex would be Zach Charbonnet.
perfect. And then Scott wondering about the Chargers of Jacksonville DST, Jagger.
I don't want the Chargers, so Jacksonville, if those are their only choice. So,
Michael, I'm not going to put your question up, not because it's inappropriate, but because I don't know if I'm allowed to put that up. So we're going to let that slide. But I think whatever platform you're playing on is A-okay. And Alfredo saying this show is unreeling. I believe it is unreeling, Alfredo. And Lylan, Lylan Mastermind. Ooh, that's a good name. I don't know if it's as good as was it Gage Rushing?
It's Leland Masterman. I think that's how it goes.
Leland Masterman. Oh man, that's like a romance novel name. My girl got stole by Leland Masterman. Yeah, that's how it is. I'm skeptical. How much would Hurts and St. Brown's will play? Adam, what are you expecting? Hurts and St. Brown. What kind of play would you see from them today?
I mean, we talked about with the Eagles. I mean, this is kind of like getting into the nuances of it a little bit, but doesn't it just feel like the Eagles, they've been kind of struggling? Like Nick Sirianni wants to just blow somebody up this week and like run up the score and just have kind of that statement game before the playoffs. So I could see a lot of Jalen Hurts playing this week and a lot of the Eagles playing this week. The Lions, I think that point is valid. Like I could understand, them sitting some of their guys and not playing a lot.
You read the comment, didn't you? I'm sorry. You read the comment.
Sorry, continue, Adam.
No. I think I know what we're talking about. Hopefully, I'm glad you're screening those ones because those ones are risky. You never know.
Oh, that one's going up. That one's going up.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you screened it because I saw it pop up and I said, he better read that one. But yeah, I think Jalen Hurts is a good play this week.
Speaking of blowing up, like Kamara, I too once had the bubble guts so bad that I sprained my ankle. Well, A+ comment on our last show.
Oh
man. And Alfredo saying that none of his comments make sense because I'm reading them 20 minutes later, Joseph. Well, you know what, Alfredo? Our show's become so popular that we have so many questions to go through that I am getting to them a little bit later, unlike the other Sunday morning show that couldn't get the comments coming in. So, whoa there. Yeah, because I just took a shot at you. All right. Joey really has short-term memory loss. Oh, no, my mouse. Okay. Now it's working. Which football guy staffer is most likely to get lost in Vegas next week?
100% me. 100% me. Anybody who knows me, yeah. The directional part of my brain is completely smooth. I cannot function without Google Maps or someone holding my hand. So if I am gone for an entire day, just know that I am lost in probably some casino and they're designed to like trap you in there. So like I'm toast, man. I'm toast. So
we're going to be going to see Adele at Caesar's Palace, and Jagger's just going to stagger on stage. I'm like, Jagger, there you are.
Yeah.
I wish we were going to see Adele. We're not. And this is our last comment, guys. This is thanking for us for our help. Oh, wait, there's another one. Uh-oh. Okay. Which football coach staffer would win in a Super Smash Brothers Melee tourney? I'm going to steal this one because I think it'd be Dylan because he's done it professionally.
Yeah, it's easy, Dylan. Like you guys don't know Dylan, but he does our social media and graphics and behind the scenes work. But he is a Super Smash Bros. Pro. So like legitimately, he's really good.
And I do think there's going to be Super Smash Bros. At the retreat. I've heard that there's going to be a switch up in the penthouse. So there we go. Well, guys, that's all the questions that we have for you today. If you've been here with us this season, we want to thank you so much. It's been my pleasure getting to host this show for 17 out of the 18 weeks. So thank you so much for being here, Jagger and Adam and Jeff and Alfredo and Daniel and anyone. Devin was on the show the first week. Anyone that's filled in or been on the show, thank you so much for being here with us this season. It's been an absolute blast. Adam, any parting words for our audience?
No, it's been a good season. Appreciate you guys welcoming me onto the show. It's been my first year at football, guys. I hope I provided some valuable content from you guys. And Now we're in the off season. We're gonna refine the craft a little bit and be better for
Mhm.
next year.
Yeah, we
Awesome.
will be back next year. We were told that we're getting a second season, so no cliffhangers for us. Maybe we should have done a cliffhanger. That'd been fun. Jagger, any words for our audience?
I love you guys. Thanks
Mhm.
for watching my shenanigans and putting up with me, Joey. Pleasure getting to do so much content with you, and I can't wait to do more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just see you guys on the timeline where I will still be doing more foolishness. So
Mhm. That's what I got the most out of this season is I got to like work with Jagger, who I'd never worked with really before, outside of one show we were on together like 7-8 months ago. So yeah,
yeah,
that's been my pleasure this season. Everybody, have a great season. Win your championships in week 18. If you won it in week 17, congratulations. And make sure to head over to Fantasy Cares to support the donations. Football Guys is matching up to $10,000 total on the Fantasy Cares drive there. So say thank you to Football Guys or to your favorite player or whatever. Just head over there. The link was in the chat. Everybody, have a great week 18.